We lost Little Richard this past week, and I know through watching the docuseries that quite a few of you spoke about him and how much he meant to you guys when you were first starting. Do you have any fond memories of Little Richard from that time?
Well, Little Richard's band was booked into Ciro's where we worked, and they were coming in right after us. And I loved him. I mean, I bought his records in 1956.
Wow.
Singles, and I just loved him. So I went down to see him with the drummer from the Byrds, Michael Clark, and that was when his lead guitar player was Jimi Hendrix, and on the other end of the stage, Carla, was Jimi Hendrix. And he had on a band outfit. They all had band outfits on, and Richard would come out with a crown on and a cape, and be brought out in a la James Brown, just beautiful. But over in the side of the stage is Jimi Hendrix. He wasn't doing anything fancy. He was playing great, and we're going, "Who's that guy playing guitar?" And wow, he's good. And we got to talk to him, and then 6-8 months later, we see him again, and he's all of a sudden his career's going, and he's playing at Monterey. A wonderful man. But yeah, I wish I could have met Richard. I really do. But he signed a book. My wife met him somewhere, and he had signed a book for my kids when they were little. It was so sweet. It was he'd written all this sort of psalms and things on the side of it. Honor your parents and love God. It was beautiful. We have it here. And I was so jealous of my 2 little kids. They're grown now. And I said, "I want that book." They said, "No, Dad, you don't get it. That's our book."
I know that's right. Why you trying to take something from the kids? That ain't right.
No, but because I was so jealous that they had a book signed by Little Richard,
That's a beautiful story. I have my own little Richard story. I ran into him in the post office in Hollywood. He cut the line, and I looked, and I had just moved here from New York, and I was like, "Really?" And he turned around. He was like, "Shut up." I'm like, "Okay."
That was him. Yeah. We did some shows with him, and he was a riot, just a riot. I mean, not the Byrds, the Flying Burrito Brothers. We did a show with him up in Canada.
Now, there's a song that you guys did a cover of. It's called "At the Dark End of the Street."
Yeah.
And by James Carr. And I was wondering, during that time, a lot of Black artists would make records, and then they would be covered by white artists, and then those copies would go on to become these big, huge hits or medium hits, so to speak. What are your feelings about that now?
Well, if you back up, Carla, I mean, it's like Richard would come out with Tutti Frutti, and then Pat Boone would do it back in 1950.
Exactly.
It was horrible. Pat Boone, bless his heart. Tutti Frutti, all Rudy, and it was just white man phrasing, terrible. So as far as the Dark End of the Street was such a cool song, and James Carr had the hit. We cut it, and Linda Ronstadt cut it. She heard the Burritos do it, and then she cut it on one of her albums. But that was really Graham Parsons had a great affinity to the R&B ballads, and he got me listening to those. I was always listening to R&B and blues and stuff, but I wasn't aware of James Carr or just a couple other guys too. Anyway, yeah.
So, cool. Well, that's my time, Chris. I wish we had more. God. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Carla.
All right. Bye now.
Bye.
To keep up with the Curvy Critic, like our page here, click that subscribe button, and click that bell for notifications. Love, peace, and hair grease, y'all.